Hi folks, I'm the newstarcadefan here. In the last episode of Battleship Bishojo, we met Oceane, a very friendly mermaid, well, until she was shot at by a harpoon. And in this episode, we're going to continue on with this adventure. The last thing I expected from your friends was there was a sharp harpoon. She grabbed a few objects off the shelf and held them up. Looking elsewhere, I noticed that they were just a large pair of scissors. Something that had to be equivalent of extra large hedge clippers. They shot a harpoon, huh? What, you didn't see it? I was sort of preoccupied. The words seemed to remind her of where I was at the time. She blushed, nervously spinning back to the mirror. Oh, huh, you're right. Look, I'm really sorry for dragging you down here. All I can do is look up from her chest, squishing down into a soft surface below me. I waved it off. No, don't worry about it. This week has been all sorts of weird for me. As long as you get me back up to the crew, I'll be fine. This eased her nerves a bit. She smiled, bringing up her scissors to her chopped and frazzled hair before beginning to snip away. So that was a big important thing you had to do, a haircut? She paused to nod before continuing her snipping. It's super important. You see, we mermaids get our powers from our appearances. The better we keep them up, the stronger they are. Which is why I can't be going around with hair like this. A bit of vain a way of maintaining power, don't you think? She shrugged, causing my whole body to wobble around. I grabbed at the soft surfaces to get my bearings back. She nodded a quick sorry before continuing. Not like I was the one who chose how my powers worked, you know. It's been like this for mermaids for centuries. Fair point, but isn't beauty subjective though? Well, there's a standard down here. It's etched into this big wall downtown. The very standard of beauty for all mermaids who live down here in Atlantia. Okay, I made that joke the last episode. I didn't think I was planning to be this close. Atlantia, huh? I think I've seen that somewhere. No, it's the name of the city I live in. We're on the outskirts right now. So you live on the outskirts of your town? No, down here we live in... No, I don't live in here. This is just an emergency quarters. That's why there's barely any lights. Ah, alright, interesting. She continued to snip away at her hair, strands dropping down past me out of the small bubble that encased us. She finally chopped it down to a small bob cut and set down her scissors, going for the next tool on her shelf. So what do mermaids do for fun down here anyways? Let's get a sigh out of her. Huh, nothing. Why do you think I was up here on the surface? True. All they do is sit down here and get food brought to them, and it's just so boring. Sounds like the life to some people. Yeah, no, not to me. I never want to spend my life just sitting around in the palace. I wanted to go out and explore, but my father, he kept me so close at all times. He's the king or something? She nodded. This is starting to feel familiar somehow. Is it? I chuckled, leaning back a bit on her. Let's just say that if you're a redhead, there'd be an entire movie based on your life story where I come from anyways. You come from the surface, right? I shook my head, my smile failing fast. She brought a comb through her hair and as I started to explain. I need to quit tripping up on my words. Well, I'm definitely not from around here or up there or anywhere from here. Where I come from, things like you don't exist, or if they do, we haven't found any yet. There's no sirens, no giant turtles, none of those things. She seemed a bit absent-minded as I mentioned the last stuff. Sounds dreadfully boring. Huh? Heh. Yeah, but it was home regardless. A silence hung between us as she continued to comb through her hair. She's actually quite cute. I'm sure you miss it, don't you? Of course I do. It's all I ever knew before I fell into whatever this place was. I wish I can help somehow. I appreciate that, but for now, the only people who can really help me are those pirates up there who dragged me from the water in the first place. So that's why you were on a ship with them? Mm-hmm. Trust me, I didn't sign up to be a pirate. Now a marine on the other hand? Huh? Never mind. It's not important. She decided to let it go, continuing to comb her hair until it was free of the tangles and completely straightened. She still sighed at her new length. It looks good on you. You think so? Yeah, you pull it off very well. This flipped her attitude. She smiled, giving a quick spin around the mirror to see it from every angle. Yeah, I think you're right. So, oh right, I gotta get you back. Maybe don't go too fast when coming up from the water. I'd rather not explode from the pressure. Humans do that? I'm pretty sure unless your bubble prevents that. It might. I don't think Daddy ever mentioned anything about that. Better play it safe then. She gave me another nod before exiting the dim building and heading back out to the arch. We took a pause for a moment, Oceane resting down on the sand. I'm sorry, I think my bubble needs to recharge for a bit longer before I make that trip. Was it not recharging while you were fixing your hair? Of course not. It was draining by the second while I was doing that. If you want me to take my time going up there, I'm gonna need a minute down here. Alright, I hope those three didn't leave without. Yeah, I hope those three didn't leave without me up there. Have you not known them for all that long? Less than a week, I think. Days move so strange around here. I can see her face shift into a look of worry. You're really not from around here, are you? Did you not believe me? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he just did say he wasn't from around here. It's hard to believe that there's an entire world that isn't this one, considering I've hardly seen the world from beyond, well, down here. Don't get too down about it. This place actually looks really nice. It's not all fancy art. It's not just all fancy arcs and algae, you know. We went silent a bit again, me shifting up again on top of her bosom awkwardly. You seem relatively okay with being on your own. She giggled, lifting a hand to her face. What can I say? You're cute. I knew you couldn't do anything down there. I mean, I bet if I could have tried, but you didn't try, did you? How did you know I wouldn't? She shrugged. All I had to do was squeeze them together and you would have been reduced to dust. Yeah, the bunny method. If at first they piss you off, crush them to dust. Fair enough. I stared down at them again. The sheer size made my head spin even now. So, do you eat land creatures at all? Is that why you're out there on the surface? Ew, no. I told you why I was up there. I wanted to see the surface. Right, sorry. I don't know. Honestly, you know merfolk are part human, right? Like at least half? Yeah. Yeah, Daiki, that should have crossed your mind the first time. So, it'd be at least half cannibalism, and that's pretty messed up. Alright, you got me there. Still, some of the stuff you said out there was so worrying. Well, you were just taking it wrong then. She seemed really indignant now. I tried backpedaling a bit. Look, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm super new to this world. I have no idea on what the rules are what cannibalism is, okay or not. I'm already on a ship with pirates hunting mythical creatures that don't exist from where I'm from. Her eyes narrowed down at me for a moment, her face going a bit pale. They don't exist from where you're from? None that we found. Anyways, didn't I say that earlier? The words seemed to hang with her, bothering a bit more than they did previously. So people like me, we just don't exist? Kind of. You exist in merfolk legend and stuff. There's stories about you. Heck, entire movies about you. But it's all just that. Stories. How does that work? What do you mean? How can a thing from an entirely different world exist in some way in another? Well, I took a moment to pause to think for a bit. I mean, it's probably because I'm not the first to travel through the dimensions. That realization hit me like a truck. And to think I wasn't the first from my world to travel to this dimension. So you think there's some way to travel to your world and back? I mean, there has to be. You're right. How else would we know about mermaids and sirens and krakens and stuff? Hmm. He just sat there again. Now I had a lot on my mind. This could only mean that there was, in fact, a way for me to get back home. The only question was, how? The second realization came to me. The Mahoko. It was the thing that got me here in the first place. It could get me back. Wait, did Katsu already tell me this? Either way, this is even more proof that it is totally possible. If I was refreshing, I saw laying back on the soft surface behind me. I was tired from all this, as if the last few days hadn't been exhausting enough. Are you okay? Yeah, just learning new stuff every day is a lot for a guy, especially stuff like this. Did you want to go back up now? I think I just have enough. I think I just have just enough air to get to the surface. Yeah, I think it's best that I get up there as soon as possible. But thank you, Oceane. You certainly didn't make me feel like a captive throughout this. She nodded and uncoiled from her sitting position, preparing to make a small swim back up towards the surface. I just wanted to see slowly made its way past us, surrounded by that odd bubble thing. It wasn't so much of the bubble than just a lot of weird translucent light circled around us. It wasn't like anything I'd ever seen before. Hey, Daiki. She got my attention just as we started to reach the surface, a large black shadow looming just overhead. Yeah? Did the three up there make you feel like a prisoner? I wanted to answer no immediately, but I had to hold back. The truth was, I wasn't sure how I felt about them. Throughout this ordeal, I put up with whatever it was because they were three beautiful ladies. But I wonder how they saw me. Was I Hope or Burton, or as Oceane said, some kind of prisoner that they were pretending to be in complete control? I shook my head and sat upon an answer. I can't really say right now, but I know right now they've been nothing but kind to me for the most part. I just have to go with that for now. Oceane didn't say much back, but I saw her give a small smile back as we crashed our way through the surface of the water. The waves rocked the ship backwards, and I could hear the screams of the crew on board. Here we are. Daiki, you're safe. Hey, you waited up for me? Just barely. If you'd kept us any longer, we would have had to get underway. Oceane lifted me up from her chest daintily with her fingers before gently setting me back on the wet surface of the ship. I grinned and rubbed the back of my head bashfully. Cassie merely glared at me, and here's where I'm gonna leave it. If you like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share because it does help the channel out a lot. Anyway, I'm the new newstarcadefan here saying thanks for watching, have a good day or night wherever you are, and bye for now.